Well, my friends, I bring you good news. Jesús is back from vacation, and we are slowly but surely starting to build a squad. Sure, we're already a week into the month of September. We've already played 8 matches. We sit firmly in the middle of the table, equidistant between second place and the relegation zone. But we do have new players. And welcome back to episode 9 of Jesús Take the Wheel. It is our Director of Football save here on YouTube. If you want a Build a Nation type save, well, then you got to check out Red Rain every Monday and Friday. But Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays here on the channel, this is where we live. We're in our 2nd season with Rushall Olympic in the Vanarama National League North. As I mentioned, we are in 12th place right now on the table. We'll get to how we got there in just a minute. But let's take a look at the guys that Jesús has finally brought into our squad. So if I've already introduced you to 19-year-old center back Lewis Hutchings, I apologize. He signed for us on loan from Aldershot on the day of the Tamworth match. And I can't remember if it was before or after we played the match. It feels like it was so very long ago. And a quick note while we're going through these is I recently watched a video from Deep Lying Playmaker. If you haven't caught his content, highly informative. I recommend you do it as soon as you're done watching everything on this channel first. But he got me thinking that because we're in the Vanarama National North, I need to reframe how I'm looking at these players. And I did so by, well, changing the colors. Now, anything that is considered average is 6 and above. 10 and above is good, while 14 and above is excellent, which is represented by the blue. Changing that up a little bit helps me reframe the way that I look at some of these guys. So, Lewis Hutchings, 19 years old. He's actually made 7 appearances for us. He's pretty much played in every match since the opening one. Needs to work a little bit on his concentration, but his positioning, marking, tackling are very good for this level. Decent amount of pace. He stands at 6'3", can get in the air. We like that. And he doesn't hate the big matches, and he's got a balanced personality, so no unambitious folks here. A couple of weeks later, we brought in another 19-year-old. He is on loan from Stoke, and he is a attack-minded midfielder. His preferred role is Mazzala. And now hasn't done a lot of attacking for us, and you'll see based on the matches that he has played, but he is rated as potentially good enough to be in League 2, which right now for me is good enough. 18-year-old Jack Dunlop is joining us on loan from Rochdale. He's a natural defensive midfielder, but he also can naturally play at right back. He has played for us in both positions, and he is a very good player for this level based on his attributes. Marking is pretty good, tackling really good, good teamwork, good work rate. His mental abilities are all well above average for this league, and I think he's going to do just fine here at Rushall. Only made the 1 start, but a pretty good one at that. There are 2 other players who have signed, but they have signed after all of the matches we've already played, so we'll take a look at them in just a minute. First, we will recap what has happened up to this point. We followed up our 3-2 loss in the last episode at home against Tamworth with a nice 1-0 victory on the road against Curzon Ashton. Jaden Charles picking up his first goal of the regular season. We could not parlay that into back-to-back victories, however. We kept a clean sheet, but then again, so did Banbury, a 0-0 draw at home. Then on the road at Gloucester, a very tough team. I knew it was going to be hard to break through, and, well, frankly, we failed. We did not score for the 2nd consecutive match. Meanwhile, we gave up 2 to the home side to go 1-2-1 on the early going of the season. But all we needed to cure our ills was a newly promoted side in FC United. A very emphatic 5-1 victory at home. Joey Dawson picking up a goal, Max Haygarth a goal, and a hat trick, all in the first half, mind you, by Jordi Haiwula to make the win nice and easy for us. We, though, could not make it 2 in a row, although we kept a clean sheet on the road against Scarborough Athletic, a team that is actually pretty tough for us as an opponent, so I will take the point on the road. We did get all 3, though, at home against Brackley, 1-0. Jaden Charles, his second goal of the season, was all we were going to need. Back-to-back clean sheets. And then we took on Buxton on the road and just really could not get anything going. In fact, our 4th match of the season. Half of our matches, we have failed to score a goal. Maybe we'll get some help with one of our newest loanees coming in from Portsmouth, 18-year-old Kobe Moto. He is a natural right winger. He's a natural left winger. He's also pretty good in the midfield, which works for us because we do play a 4-4-2. Crossing and dribbling, very, very good. Decent amount of pace. I like his acceleration as well. Passing ability, pretty decent. So where it counts, he is going to be pretty good. I'm very excited to unleash him on the Vanarama National League North. And finally, another signing literally hot off the presses, getting some extra depth on the back line at center back. 6 foot, 18-year-old Charlie Fisher is in on loan from Crew. Good heading ability, good jumping reach. His tackling is also very good. Love the positioning, love the aggression, and he doesn't hate big matches. So hopefully Charlie Fisher will be able to play a nice role on this team for the remainder of the year. So for the match against Alfreton, we are going to be seeing the Rushall debut of Kobe Moto. He's going to be on the right-hand side, and you guys, for the very first time, are going to be able to see Jack Dunlop, Lewis Hutchings, and Jack Griffiths in action. Charlie Fisher is going to start this one on the bench. It is going to be Mitchell Beanie in goal, a back 4 of Charles, Adweni, Hutchings, and Dunlop, McClintock and Moto on the wings, Griffiths and Haygarth manning the midfield with Dawson and Haiwula up front. Question I have is, which Rushall team are we going to see in this match? The one that failed to score or the one that beat FC United 5-1 very easily and just could not be stopped from putting the ball into the back of the net? That, my friends, is the $64,000 question as we get things underway here. Now, did I speed this up? I don't really remember doing that. Does it feel fast to anyone? We'll let it go, but Alfreton in control in the early going. Wilson throwing it into the box, dealt with by Hutchings, but only as far as Fuster looking back post. Charles, though, will head that one away. Decent defense so far, but here comes Alfreton again, as Weldock looking back post, will not get it past Dunlop, who will put it behind for an Alfreton corner. Let me make sure we are still set up properly because, you know, you use the same computer to run through all of our matches. We are on extended highlights. We do want to change that. Otherwise, you and I will be here forever. McClintock off of the free kick. Oh, it looked like he had 2 guys he could pick out. Adewini does keep it in the corner, playing it into the box. McClintock back out for Haygarth. Will drop it to Dunlop, looking to recycle up the middle. Griffiths with a drive from about 30 yards out, and that one's going to be just a little bit too strong. It's going to sail over the bar. I do still feel like we are moving awfully quickly here. Yeah, I think, no, slightly faster is where it just feels different to me. I don't know what it is. It must be that Friday night vibe. Yeah, I'm recording this the night before it comes out. You'll be watching this video, hopefully, when it premieres at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's 10 a.m. Eastern time. I wish it could be the same time in all time zones, but I guess that's kind of it technically is the same time in all time zones. It's just not 10 a.m. everywhere at the same time, but it does come out at the same time everywhere. Oh my God, what am I doing to you guys today? Haygarth with a drive, another one that is put over. I think he had a pretty good look at that one, and that was just a a rather poor effort, in my opinion. Waldock past the 3-man wall, but it will not get past Beanie, who did not need to make a save as that one sailed over the bar. Oh my goodness gracious. I feel like I am super out of practice, even though I release 5 videos a week, although not a lot of the play-by-play stuff if you watch the Red Rain series, just because I'm playing an entire season off camera and giving you guys the recap and the results. I wonder which way. Do you like it better that way or this one? No, I'm not going to do this series that way, but if that full season recap, maybe a couple of highlights here, some analysis, and lots of storylines, if that's your bag, then you really should check out Red Rain, which next episode hopefully will be coming out on Monday. I say hopefully because I still have an entire season to play over the weekend and a video to record. Salmon's effort, not a very good one, but Alfreton with 30 minutes left to play in this match with a chance, and Haiwula is out. We do not really have any strikers. Well, Haygarth can play striker, so we will bring him in, and George Dowling will come in and take his place. Can he really do like a playmaker-y type role? Not really. So we're just going to go with a central midfielder on defend. I think that's probably our best option right now. I'm still tweaking things with the tactic as far as the roles are concerned, especially this year, since we have kind of had a bit of an up and down season, and I'm really not quite sure how the team's going to gel, because we're really just getting a piece here and a piece there. Sure, we added like 5 or 6 players since the last episode, but we're not really doing it in bunches, so it's kind of like just, okay, here, have this new toy and play with it. Is it doing anything for us? I don't know. Ball in over Beanie, hits the crossbar, cleared away. Waldock looking to recycle. Fletcher to Lund, knocked away by Haygarth, and here goes Moto the other way. The counterattack is on. Has a little bit of speed, stays in front of Cantrill, who has to take him down. A bit of a cynical foul. We're going to take Kevin Adueni off. We're going to give Charlie Fitcher his first action on the team, even though there's very, very little time left. We are playing here in the 92nd minute, the second of 4 minutes added on. Newell free kick. A lot of bend on that one. Poor clearance. Waldock with a drive, saved by the crossbar again. Oliver in the box. Waldock quickly to Lund, and that one's going to sail into the seats. I think we're going to be settling for a 0-0 draw in this one, my friends, as the full-time whistle blows. So, sorry guys, no offense, a ton of defense, and we'll just have to see how long Jordi Haiwula is going to be out. Only 2 to 3 days, not that bad. Meanwhile, we are, 6 days away from the scheduled date of our FA Cup second qualifying round matchup, and we still don't know who we're playing. Meanwhile, we're getting more drips and drabs from Jesús. This time he went all the way up to the championship to sign Finley Armstrong on loan from Fleetwood Town. Great crossing ability. He is a natural left back, and thank God he's a natural left back, because that apparently is the only position he can play. Oh my God, he is consistent. Love it. Good positioning, tackling, marking, work rate. Decent amount of pace on him as well. Very physically fit. 6 feet tall. Love it. We're going to throw him right into the fire in the second round of the FA Cup. Second qualifying round, of the FA Cup. The draw is on, my friends. And they're like 120-something teams still in the competition at this point, so I was not going to make you sit through the whole thing. We are taking on Halesowen. They are in the division below us. We have never played before. We both made it to the third qualifying round last year, so I guess they're okay. Never played each other. We're on the road, so hopefully, fingers crossed, easy victory that you guys will get to see. Jordi Haiwula is back healthy in the team, but he's going to start this one from the bench. We are rotating quite a bit because we do play Warrington in the league in just a couple of days, and frankly, the league is much more important. We want to try to get promoted. If we do well in the cup, that's great. We could use the cash, but it's not the be-all, end-all. Teddy Maris is going to be getting the start in goal. Mitchell Beanie is going to be watching this one from the bench. We are going to have an all-loanee back line, as Armstrong will make his debut at left back. Charlie Fisher will make his first start at center back. Lewis Hutchings will be his defense partner, and John Dunlop is going to be on the right-hand side. In the midfield, it is going to be Moto moving over to the left. He'll be next to Rowe, Dowling, and Leaf Outerside returning to the lineup. And our strike pair is going to be Joey Dawson and Max Haygarth. And we are, as a team, in a pretty decent spot as far as the dynamics go, but our team talk's still not really having that positive rah-rah effect that I would love them to have. Maybe we'll have Jesús talk to the team at some point. Lots of guys who don't play all the time playing in this match. It's actually going to be the first appearance of the year for Teddy Maris, and the first highlight is going the way of the opposition as Adegoke lays it up for Woodhouse. Riley playing it across to the near side. Redfern with a bit of space up for Holmes. He's got a man in the middle. Instead, he dishes it out to his right to Hilton, carrying it deep into the box. Finds Macaulay Manning for the 4th goal of the year that he has scored, and he beats Maris. 3 minutes in, we're down 1-0. I honestly don't know what it is about Football Manager and lower league teams in the cups. It's like they just step up, they eat their Wheaties, and become Superman. Here we are on the counter. Can we get an equalizer? Outer side, around the side. The Dawson, he's in. He shoots and he scores. 3rd goal of the year for Joey Dawson. And 2:45 later, we're tied at 1. Maybe in retrospect, I was being a little premature with my analysis there. Hopefully, I am wrong. Dowling on the corner, looking back post. The goalkeeper can't make contact. Dawson sending it back across. Hutchings into outer side. He's surrounded and finally dispossessed. And look at all those blue jerseys going the other way. Get back, guys. Get back on defense. Come on. That was an absolutely terrible set piece when you really think about it, because the goalie came all the way out, got caught in trouble, and we still were unable to connect. And now Halestown has a 2-0 lead. Hutchings credited with an own goal. And it's just a comedy of errors as far as the goalkeepers are concerned on either side. I made a massive mistake starting Teddy Maris. Caught on the ground. That one went off of Hutchings' arm, so that could have been a handball one way or the other. Manning putting it on goal, and that's all he needed to do. We're getting outshot 5-1. Make that 6-1 in the first 15 minutes of this match. And all of the match momentum is going toward the opposition. They've had the ball twice as often as we had. Their XG is more than 3 times ours, and they've got 8 shots now to our 1. Boys, what the heck are you doing? We are berating the team less than 30 minutes into this match. And Lewis Hutchings was on a 5-9 for that own goal. I mean, come on, Football Manager. Like, really, what was he supposed to do there? Nice defensive play, outer side. Dawson pushing it deep. Dawson has got one man to beat. Can he get around him? He does, but he can't beat Hammond, and that's going to be a goal kick. Hammond didn't even get his fingers on that. Very good counterattack executed by Rushall Olympic, but at the end of the first half, we find ourselves trailing by a goal. Sure, we are on the road, but come on, guys. This is lesser competition, and you know it. No bottles were thrown in the halftime team talk, but gave him that firm stance and said, you guys have been terrible so far. And then I pumped my fist and said, come on, you can do it. I know you have the ability. I have the faith in you, Maris. Oh my God. Saved by the post. That was an absolutely brutal defensive display. Can he complete a pat? Nope. Terrible goal kick. Here they come the other way. Holmes pushing it deep. He's in. He shoots. He scores. Teddy Maris, you're gone. Unbelievable. Why did I even do this to myself? Mitchell Beanie, come on back in. Hutchings is going to come off as well. He just has not. He just has not been good. And even though Kevin Aduene has like a 6.5 rating so far on this season, he is coming in, and hopefully he will be our savior. But just a couple of minutes in to this second half, we find ourselves down by a pair of goals. Terrible goalkeeping play, which led to the goal kick. So we got lucky there. Goal kick awful. Look, Maris just so out to sea. And honestly, Maris won the job last year because that's what Jake Weaver... Oh my God, we just gave up a penalty. Are you absolutely serious? Dear sweet Lord, guys, what is going on? But this is what Weaver looked like last year, was what we're seeing out of Maris today. And not a lot that Beanie could have done about that. I feel sorry for him. Reese Hilton, his first goal of the season, coming from the penalty spot. We are not going to watch that highlight. And in fact, this match can end right flippin' now, because I cannot believe how absolutely poorly we have done against a lower league team. Moto, come on out. McClintock, you're in. I think we can only make the 3 sub. Well, it's the FA Cup. Can we make another sub? Let's find out. Max Haygarth will come out. Jordy, nope. We can only make the 3 substitutions. And sadly, we had to burn one on our goalkeeper, who is never going to see the light of day again. In fact, Weaver is going to be on the bench for us from now on, because Maris, his showing today was one of the worst I'd seen. And the fact that his rating was like a 6-7 is just absolutely boggling my mind. Outer side, laying it for Dunlop, quickly throwing it into the box. Dawson is there, gets around a man, plays it into the middle, finds Sam McClintock. First goal of the year from McClintock, but it's still 4-2 the bad guys. I mean, you want to talk about two... Oh, come on. And we have no more subs. Outer side is out. He is done. Let's move Dunlop up, and let's get a little crazy here. Although Armstrong can't play that role at all. Let's do that. We'll move Dowling back. And, yeah, we're going to go with a back 3. A 3-4-2 to finish out this match, because why not go down a man when we are playing as spectacularly as we are here? Jesus and I are going to need to have a little bit of a chat. Although I don't know if it's necessarily the players that really... we can this is on me. This is the hubris of daring to think that our backup goalkeeper, who was our starting goalkeeper last year, might actually show up and do a job against a lower level team. Man, was I wrong. We came into the Grove and we got spanked 4-2. And to make matters worse, Leaf outer side is out for 5 to 7 weeks. Hopefully we can right the ship, and we can do it quickly, because we now have gone winless in our last 3 in all competitions. We're going to play a lot of Football Manager. We're going to come back in the month of November. I guarantee you we are going to be playing Hartlepool away. Are we going to also play at home against Kings Lynn or at home against Darlington? Well, I'll figure that out, and I'll let you know when I see you next time. If you enjoyed the video... God, why? Make sure you hit that thumbs up. I hope you've made it this far, regardless of the result. Also, join our Patreon. Information is down below. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the job Jesus is doing so far in season number 2. I know, small sample size. We'll have a little bit more to talk about next time. And, oh yeah, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Look forward to seeing you next time. Tuesday here for Rushall Olympic, and I will see you Monday, fingers crossed, if I get my Football Manager all played in time for season number 7 of Red Rain. Whenever I see you, I hope to see you then. Until then, my friends, bye-bye.